Well, first of all, I think, and I know the H-1B very well, and it's something that I frankly use, and I shouldn't be allowed to use. We shouldn't have it. Very, very bad for workers. And second of all, I think it's very important to say, well, I'm a businessman, and I have to do what I have to do, and it's sitting there waiting for you, but it's very bad. It's very bad for business in terms of, it's very bad for our workers, and it's unfair for our workers, and we should end it.
A few moments later.
And what I will do is you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically as part of your diploma a green card. They go back to India, they go back to China, they do the same basic company in those places, and they become multi-billionaires employing thousands and thousands of people, and it could have been done here.
You know, I guess it's kind of like that Captain America Civil War movie, right? But instead of Iron Man and Captain America, it's Laura Loomer and Elon Musk. And instead of fighting over whether superheroes should act freely versus government oversight, it's over MAGA's right to be fully racist. And the somewhat less far right trying to cope with that. So I guess it's nothing like it at all. But it's still worth grabbing some popcorn and watching.
In his clash with the far right over immigration, Elon Musk is now going after the hardliners, the very heart of the MAGA base, labeling them just a few hours ago as, quote, contemptible fools who must be removed from the Republican Party, root and stem. Musk now finds himself pitted against the likes of Steve Bannon, however, Trump's former White House aide, who came out against Musk's push for H-1B visas, which allow highly skilled foreign workers into the U.S. and has long been the lifeblood of Silicon Valley.
H-1B visas, that's not what it's about. It's about taking American jobs and bringing over essentially what become indentured servants at lower wages. This thing's a scam by the oligarchs in Silicon Valley to basically take jobs from American citizens, give them to what become indentured servants from foreign countries, and then pay them less. Simple. To let them into through the golden door.
Now, Bannon's comments align him with people like the far-right activist Laura Loomer, who has been bashing Musk for days now on this and is even accusing him of censoring her on his own platform.
Look, if there's some standard, if there's some terms of service that someone violated, spell it out. What was it? What did Laura Loomer violate? What did Gavin Wax violate? What did Owen Schroyer violate? Explain it to us, show us the evidence, and let's see the receipts. Because right now, it looks that all that got violated was that they had a disagreement with the most powerful user on the platform. And optics on that aren't exactly free speech.
We're still a few weeks away from Trump 2.0, and the wheels are already wobbling. First, there was the umpteenth example of how Republicans simply can't govern, waiting till the dying seconds before agreeing on a spending bill to avoid a government shutdown, to the point that even Fox News hosts had it with their negligence.
Let's vote on the foreign aid. Let's vote on farm and agriculture. Let's vote on spending in the CR. Let's do it separately. Okay. This would have been a lot easier.
Right. I mean, but what have you guys been doing then for the last 85 days?
It's a great question. I've been filing a lot of bills legislatively.
No, but who's in control? Republicans have the House, right? So what has the Republican Party been doing for the last 85 days if they leave this to the last second and they can't even agree on it?
Well, this is what Washington always does. We've seen this movie before. It's kind of like Groundhog Day.
All right, so you do the same thing every time.
You talk about the fact that we got to this point of a government shutdown. Go down the hall in the Senate. Chuck Schumer passed exactly 0 appropriations bills through the Senate floor this year. 0. So there is a lot of work ahead of us.
Yeah, it's interesting.
But we cannot shut the government down at this moment.
I certainly understand what you're saying, but at the same time, with all due respect, sir, you're going after the top Democrat in the Senate and a lame duck Democratic president. Your conference, the House Republican Conference, we go through this every single time Republicans control the House. You guys can't pass legislation. You can't govern.
But now this MAGA civil war over immigration. And this was after Vivek Ramaswamy, tapped by Trump to slash government spending, claimed that American culture is to blame for US firms deciding to hire skilled foreign workers, which is typically done via the H-1B temporary worker visa. And this caused major backlash from the most staunch Trump supporters who are strongly opposed to immigration of any sort. But, swift to back up his Doge co-leader was former H-1B holder Elon Musk, who went from staunchly defending the program to a full-fledged meltdown on the platform he owns. You know, it's like someone who invited a bunch of people to his house for a party coming to realize that those people he invited were grossly racist. And you know what they say about the company you keep, right? And speaking of racist, Steve Bannon got in on the act, attacking Elon Musk for being a petulant child, before saying on his podcast that claims of Republican support to the H-1B program are, quote, a total scam.
So we know that, Jack. Well, tell me where this fight's going, because now they're trying to dump people off the platforms like that's going to matter. That's going to matter. You can't stop us. We're relentless. We're never quit. We're never going to quit. We're 1,000 times tougher than you guys are. If you don't understand that, keep it up. Keep coming after American citizens like you're coming, and you're going to find out exactly how tough we are. We're not going to tolerate this. Your trashing of the MAGA movement, you're calling the MAGA movement racist. How dare you? With the coalition now is starting to build. We have African Americans and Hispanic families, African American men finally starting to red pill and awaken. And at that moment, you're going to throw the racism card out? Are you kidding me? You think we're going to tolerate that? We're not going to tolerate it. And I don't care in that regard. I don't care how big a check you wrote. Up crony capitalism, Elon Musk. And by the way, when we cut him off, he went begging the CCP, and that's why they have the joint venture in Shanghai, the Tesla, which is 100% of his value, right? This guy lives on government contracts and taxpayer subsidies, okay? It's all, we're going to get Joe Allen in here for a second to transform it. Elon Musk, once again, brother, I'm smart enough to tell you no to your face, and I'm evil enough to be able to expose you as a running dog for the greatest enemy this nation's ever had. You're a war profiteer. You're sleeping with the enemy, brother, and you've been doing it because you're not an American nationalist. You're not even an American. All you are is a globalist, okay? A globalist. And you will go where anybody writes you a check, and you would take it from Adolf Hitler himself, because you're taking it from people that are as bad as Adolf Hitler. The murderous regime of the Chinese Communist Party, which you praised on their 100th anniversary.
But he was quickly proven wrong. And as usually is the case when it comes to Trump and his supporters, Donald Trump chooses his own self-interest over their wishes every single time. So despite claiming to be the most ruthless president on immigration, he sided with Elon and co, vowing to make it easier for H-1B holders to stay. So increasing immigration.
Recently, the CEO of the Tennessee Valley Authority, Jeffrey Lyash, made a disastrous and heartless decision. The TVA announced that it would lay off over 200 American workers and replace them with cheaper foreign workers brought in from overseas. The Tennessee Valley Authority leadership then ordered the American workers to train their foreign replacements, rubbing salt in their very open wounds. So we're going to bring in workers. They're going to be foreign workers, and people from Tennessee and some other states right around it are going to train them what to do and how to do it. It doesn't work that way. As we speak, we're finalizing H-1B regulations so that no American worker is replaced ever again. H-1Bs should be used for top, highly paid talent to create American jobs, not as inexpensive labor program to destroy American jobs. Sitting at the table are 6 of the TVA workers who were ordered to train the foreign labor flown in to replace them. I want you and your colleagues to know that my administration will not be putting up with. I happen to know a young woman who's been very active over the last couple of years, because we were together on Disney and a couple of other things. Yes, sir. And it all seems to be working out pretty well. You're doing a great job. Thank you. And I thank you for it. But that's why I'm formally removing the chairman of the board, James Thompson, and board member Richard Howarth. If the TVA does not move swiftly to reverse their decision to rehire their workers, then more board members will be removed. We have the absolute right to remove board members, and the board makes the decision. I don't make the decision. I saw there was an ad on television talking about the amount of money that the chairman makes, and it's a ridiculous amount of money. But we have the right to replace the board, and the board is the only ones that get the right to then hire a new person. And what I will do is, you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically, as part of your diploma, a green card to be able to stay in this country. And that includes junior colleges too. Anybody graduates from a college, you're going there for 2 years or 4 years. If you graduate or you get a doctorate degree from a college, you should be able to stay in this country. And you know more stories than I do, but I know of stories where people graduated from a top college or from a college, and they desperately wanted to stay here. They had a plan for a company, a concept, and they can't. They go back to India, they go back to China, they do the same basic company in those places, and they become multi-billionaires employing thousands and thousands of people, and it could have been done here.
I mean, if I squint, that orange Jesus, he kind of starts to sound like Bernie. And this just caused a full-fledged meltdown on X, right? With many supporters of Trump voicing their regret on X based on the fact that they voted for him on the basis of getting rid of all the black and brown people. Oh, and eggs, of course. We can't forget about the eggs.
America is a land of the free, home of the brave, all that good stuff that Elon Musk was tweeting about. However, please don't come for Americans. And I would like, let's be very clear, I would like white Americans to stand up. This is your calling card, honey. Where's your banner? Because they coming for you. They said y'all white and lazy. That's crazy.
Well,
that's crazy.
what I
and
find is interesting.
Y'all would be coming for me. Well, I would never say that because that's insane.
That's the point. What you have happening here is the very thing that white folks have said about black people.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to know, Vivek was born in the U.S.
For generations. Vivek is now saying about white people, and they don't like it for some reason. Oh, y'all not lazy. Y'all not slow. Y'all not stupid. Well, that's what we've been saying for 400 years, and yet here we are. You still want to not read our history or go through our CRTs and all this
is
stuff.
why the great Reverend Jesse Jackson talked about the Rainbow Coalition, honey, and people were uniting across working class, okay? And black people and white folks and Latino folks coming together, because the rich people, they're not here for you. And this is how they let you know, okay? They just let you know. So you want to come on over to Rainbow Coalition, you come join us, right?
And listen, as I've said before, we're all likely to be collateral to whatever emerges from this dumpster fire in infighting. But it's somewhat entertaining to watch those who helped elect Trump come to realize just how bigoted many of his supporters can be, like it wasn't evident all along.
Real quick, Meta just changed their algorithm to suppress political content. Please follow our Instagram at MeidasTouch right now as we head towards 400,000 followers so you don't miss a beat.